So this is a Homcom. That's kind of a double door, and then it's got a filing cabinet in the back of it here. I think I paid on Amazon $248. I'll send you the link, but I think they changed the actual cupboards. I don't know. You can click on it, it's not the same cupboard. So 21 steps, it says an hour. 1 hour, 2 people. 21 steps, an hour. More like 2.5 hours. The problem is the manual is very vague. All the parts are there. All the parts are there. And some of it was understanding, but some of the things that really confused us is like this here, one right here. There's two perforated edges, and it folds up like this. Folds up. And we flipped that the wrong way. What you can't see, there's nothing, it says up. What is up? I can't understand what that is, up. So we put it the wrong way. We had to bend it back down, put it the opposite way. This here piece that goes across here, that was kind of confusing. And the best way to find it is just look for the holes where that part goes. The other one that was really confusing was putting the shelves in here. These brackets here are hard to put in, and you have to put them inside. I'll show you later how I had to put them in. They're really weird how they snap in, and it's not very explained very well in the manual. Kind of a poorly written manual. Now you get 2 sets of keys. Now these are for the top cabinets of doors. That's fine. Now they didn't use the same keys for the bottom. They used a different set of keys for the bottom where the filing cabinet is. What kind of a key is this? What a weird. Is that weird? I couldn't figure it out. Then finally, you pull it down. You slide it down like this. You don't slide it out, you pull it down like that. There's your key. Isn't that weird? I know you have to have 2 different keys, maybe for the top and the bottom, or even have one key that fits both top and bottom, but why would you have a key with such a weird design? Weird. These are the small screws that hold everything together here. There's a lot of these small ones here. They're all Phillips number 2. And the good thing about it, you need screwdrivers, number 2 Phillips. Ended up using 4 different ones. So this is a magnetic end, so sometimes those screws are hard to place inside the drawers. This is just a regular screwdriver, number 2 Phillips, and this is one of the nicest ratcheting on this one, better ratchet than this one. And I actually used this one, little Strabito. This one I had to use in a small corner to get tightened because the width of the screwdrivers and the channels they're too wide to get in there, and this thing worked perfect here. So I ended up using 4 different screwdrivers to put it all together. You only need number 2 Phillips. That's all you need for screwdrivers, but you need a variety of them. Sliders, the little hole near the top, that slides into the end of this little tab. Slide that in. And then there's another tab here. Slide that up into that tab. And then there's a little screw here from the inside that holds this slider in place. This is inside the drawer, and you're going to take that small screw there. Then to have a magnetic screwdriver here to hold in place. And you're going to tighten that screw down that holds the slider on the outside of your drawer here in place. It holds it in place. Slider goes through here, snaps down here, and there's a screw you put from the inside to hold the slider in place. That piece I talked about, we had it wrong. So you bend the 2 ends to make your drawer, and you have to put the screws on the side here to hold it in. So when you bend this, bend it up so the screws are in the inside here. And then the bracket just slides in here, goes to the end. There's a little bracket in the end, pulls in there, and this slides into here. Then you take your original brackets off and then put it inside the case. I'll show you that next. Hook your main slider to the back of the case. There's a little tab that you slide it into, and there's a little tab you just slide over top of it Now your slider is in place inside the cabinet. There's one on the opposite side as well you'll have to do. So 2 sliders, here's the screws there for the sliders. So line up your slider so that it lines up with the hole inside the cabinet. And you'll see the hole right there. And it's just this little screw will hold your slider in place. And then once you get both sliders on, then you can just slide your whole drawer into the unit here. The doors they're kind of, they don't stay closed. You're going to have to put a magnet in there to hold the door. The only other way to keep them closed is to lock the door. That's the only way to close the door, lock them so they don't keep coming out. To put a magnet in there or something to hold those doors in place, because when you don't use them here, they're very flimsy. They open very easy. There is a shelf in there, adjustable shelf. There's grooves in there. It's hard to see that, but there is. You can adjust the shelf in here. Close this back up. Now down here, this is where a hard time. Not this part. This is where the key goes. Make sure you put this part in here. There's a little lever that goes down here. It locks your cabinet. Lock your cabinet here. It'll lock here in this groove here. That locks it in place. So make sure you have that piece down. When you put this all together, you're going to see this keyhole, and there's that little groove that goes in here. So don't put it up top, because that's not going to work. The sliders on this unit is very nice. Hard to install, but they're nice. Got mounting holes on the back of it. You want to mount it to your wall here. There's screws provided as well. This Homcom steel cabinet there requires a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Comes with 2 keys, and the doors don't really keep closed. You have to almost lock it to keep the doors closed. Has a nice filing cabinet here. Really easy to slide out here. So 2 sides for folders, for your folders. So some flaws in this cabinet, but it does have its uses. So please hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. It helps grow my channel. I'd like to thank all my subscribers. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Have a great one, people.